What's up, guys? It's Corey. Hey, sorry it's been a little while. No excuses, but the summer has been a little bit crazy and need to get back to consistently doing what I promised you I would do, which is add some value and come to you a couple times a week with just some short thoughts to think about as you are moving through your day, trying to become a better person. I was reading a book recently. It's called The Magic of Thinking Big, and there's a part in there that is talking about just relating to people and how there's a lot of people out there that honestly have a big fear of other people. I used to struggle with this. I remember certainly as a kid growing up in speech class, just terrified of standing up in front of other people and giving a talk or a speech because I was just terrified of what my friends or people I, wasn't friends with or whoever was going to think about it. And it's crazy when you start looking at some of the most popular fears that people have. Public speaking is like tops on the list. Like it goes like public speaking number 1, death number 2. So what that says is that a person would rather die than speak in public, which is a little bit freaky to think about. But the truth is, there's a lot of people that are just really, really paranoid and kind of paralyzed by the thought or fear of what other people are going to think. So when you're afraid to stand up and talk, that's essentially what's happening. You are scared of what people are going to think about your talk. One of the easiest ways to get over that is to think less about what people are going to think about you and think more about the value that you are going to add to the person that you're talking to. So in this book, there was a guy that was talking about he was in World War II, and he said he used to be terrified of people. And in World War II, lots of these people got drafted. And so, you got a lot of these kids that are 18, 19 years old that, go through the high school phase of, wondering who's popular, who's not, who's a jock and who's, nerdy. And, they start thinking all these things. And this guy that got drafted went to school to be a medic. And he said, when I went into the Army, I was petrified of people. And I was just really scared about what people thought about me all the time. And he said, what made me get over that and overcome my fear of people was, he said, I used to look at all these people that had the things that I don't have, and I started thinking about all the ways that I was different than them. They're athletic, they're attractive, whatever. And then he said, when I got into basic training and I was a medic, I was there being in charge of intake. So a lot of these people that I grew up knowing were all in intake, and they were all standing in this room, buck naked, terrified, getting ready to go into this unknown place of war. And he said, at that moment, I realized something, that I am way more like these people than I am not like them. I think a lot of the people that we come in contact with, we focus on a lot of the ways that we're different. But one thing that will help you is to realize that the vast majority of people, of course there's crazy people out there, but the vast majority of people, you have more in common with them than you have different from them. And when you realize that there's common ground, that we are all people that care about our family, that we are all people that enjoy food, that we are all people that face fears, that have worries, that breathe air. We are all people. And no matter what political affiliation they have, or what religion they have, or what sexual orientation they have, these people that you think are so different from you, they're a lot more like you than you think. And I think it's important as you move forward to really focus on all the things that you have in common with people more than you focus on all the things that are different. So that's my tip for today. Have a good one, everybody.